Hello, and welcome to Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. If you are not getting the results you are looking for from your digital marketing efforts, this is the podcast for you. And now, here's the host of our show, the local business guy himself, Frank Deming.
Hello, everyone. This is Frank Deming, the local business guy, and welcome to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Hope you guys are having a rockin' week thus far. Today, I want to talk to you about something very important to set you up for success for 2022. I want to make sure that we talk this last quarter. I want to talk mainly about setting you up for success for 2022. It's very important that you do that. Excuse me, guys. I take a sip of water. I woke up very parched this morning. I don't know what it was. Oh, God, that was good. Anyway, sorry about that. I normally don't do that on the show, but I just couldn't take it. All right. So like I was saying, video is very important in your marketing strategy. And it's not, it's becoming more and more important as we go on. So that's why I want to talk about that today, because it's very important. Guys, you guys need to start setting yourself up for success. I don't see a lot of that going on, unfortunately, in today's marketplace. I'm noticing a lot of people not really doing the things, if you will, that's necessary to really, really catapult your business to the next level. And my goal with this podcast is to educate you in a way, not to just give you content, but put you in a position to think about your business from a different perspective. I want you to think about it as a strategic platform. I want you to think about it as something that serves your potential customers and even your customer base at a way that your competitors could never, ever imagine. Okay? And they can't compete with you. You eliminate them, if you will. And that's why I always talk to you about stuff cutting edge, stuff that's coming up, because I want to make sure that you're ahead of the curve. And conversely, I also want to make sure that if you're using stuff that's no longer relevant in the marketplace, that you stop using it. That's important too. So before I get into the content today, let's talk a little bit about my offer to you before the end of the year. So if you were to purchase my book, 7 Steps to Recession Proofing Your Business, for $15 between now and the end of, between now and let's say December 31st, let's say. And I may extend it, I may extend it till January 5th. Just to give you some time, because I know holidays could be a little difficult sometimes. If you were to purchase it, you will receive a $500 value package. What does that $500 value package include? I'll tell you in a minute. It's going to include a full-blown marketing analysis of your business. I'm going to show you exactly where you are in the marketplace in terms of how you are with your competitors, where you need to be. And not only that, I'm going to give you a playbook, if you will, of how you need what you need to do in 2022 in order to catapult your business to the next level with digital marketing. So head on over to lbmsllc.com/book, purchase the book. Once you do that, you will be sent to a series of emails letting you know what you need to do to claim your prize, which is the $500 playbook, if you will, for free, 100% free. All right, so let's talk about the content today. And I want to talk to you about 13 tips to create videos for your business. that you want to share on social media. And video is very important, guys. And it's being something that every size now with the technology, these phones do an incredible job of recording video. And so you don't need a video crew anymore. So it's a lot easier than ever now to do it. And a lot of, even any small business can do this. Even if you're a startup, if you have an iPhone, you have an Android, hopefully you have an Android because I'm an Android fan. But anyway, if you have an iPhone or an Android, you can kick butt using video. And I want to start this out with some stats. As you know, I'm a huge stat person, and I will leave a link to this study in the show notes so you understand where I got this from. But they say that by 2022, and I'm talking about, that's in a couple of months. Okay. I mean, so because we're in November, so by 2022, and they didn't say actually when. I don't know if they mean by the beginning of 22, the middle of 22, I don't know. But by 2022, online videos will make up more than 82% of all consumer internet traffic. That's amazing. And that's, now here's another stat that's amazing. That's in the same publication. And again, I'm going to share it with you so you can read it yourself in your leisure time. That's actually 15 times higher than what it was back in 2017. So think about it. In a 5-year span, it went up 15 times higher in terms of consumer internet traffic. So that tells you that video is important. So I want to make sure, again, and I've done a whole lot of video content on the show, giving you a whole lot of tips on video stuff, the importance of video. It's not the first one. So I just want to reiterate it. And as we're dwindling down, we're in the fourth quarter, we're dwindling down in 2021. I want to talk to you about how important it is. That went up 15 times in 5 years. So imagine what is going to happen, in an additional 5 years. So I don't want you guys to be behind the curve. Okay. So I want you to incorporate this. So, but I know people are saying, well, Frank, what do I do? Okay. And that's why I want to talk about tips to what you got to do to create videos for your business and share it on social media, because that's where it needs to be shared, So let's go. And and this is in no order. I just kind of made these 13 tips in random positions. But tip number 1 is research and develop a strategy first. That should go without saying. But before you start filming videos, take the time to do some basic research, guys. And you want to plan your videos and based on what you find. So your research, though, should also include what your audience is interested in, which platforms they're on. That's very important. The type of content that they prefer. So in other words, know your audience and what your competitors are doing. So this is the type of research that you want to do before you do any of these videos. Now let me dig a little deeper on this, because in terms of planning, you want to actually have a clear goal from your video campaign. Okay, so whether it's maybe getting a few followers, or say boosting sales, or getting more visitors to your website, you just want to have a goal when you do this. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your research, and that should help you plan better. Okay, number 2 tip is know what works on each social platform. Because remember, we're talking about making videos and sharing it on your social platform. So you need to research the requirements for videos for each platform. Okay, so once you know what platform you want to be on, research what type of videos are required. Okay, that should go without saying. Number 3 tip is you want to get video ideas from, say, blog posts. I do this a lot. Sometimes I write. I'm more of a writer than a video person. Full transparency. I don't do a lot of videos, and those of you who follow me know that I don't do a lot of videos. So, you'll probably say, "Well, Frank, you don't do a lot of videos. Why are you asking us to do it?" But I do videos. I don't do a lot of them, but I do them. And a lot of times when I get stuck on what to talk about, I actually get video ideas from my blog posts. So you could do it from your own blog post, which is really where you should start. But if it's something that you don't really, have, it doesn't, get your creative juices flowing based on what you've written, you can also go on other blog posts that have something that catches your interest. Just make sure, and I'm going to repeat this a couple of times, that you give credit where you got that information from. See, when I give you stats, if you notice, when I give you stats, I say, 22, by 2022, online videos will, make up more than, 82%. I'm not making that up. I got that from research that I've done. And then I also provide you with the link as to where I got it from. I don't want you to think that I'm a know-it-all, that I got all this information all in my head. And no, I don't want you to think that at all, because I'm not. And B, I want to give the people who did the research credit for what they've done. They put a lot of time and effort to do it, and they should be rewarded for that. So that's why I always do that, and that's why I think you should do it too. If you're making videos for a blog post that's not from your blog post, from not your blog, then make sure you let them know where you got the data from. All right. Tip number 4, be open to different types of video. So here's what I mean by that. When it comes to planning your video, you want to consider various types of videos, okay? So you may want some behind the scenes videos, for instance, some say product demos. I mean, it depends on the business that you're in too. Another good video to have is interview videos. I like those. And now with Zoom and Google Meeting and the Google Meet, I should say, it's real simple to do that video and just put it up on your blog. So besides those, I don't want to leave this topic without giving you even more. So we talked about get more examples. We talked about behind the scene videos. Another type of video that's really that's really effective, especially if you're going to share on social media, which is what we're talking about, is entertainment videos. A mentor of mine used to always say edutainment. He wants to have an edutainment video or edutaining video, basically entertaining and educating, whatever. Pretty interesting. You want to have event videos. If you're at an event and you're kind of promoting this event, or maybe you have a booth at this event, you want to put videos like that because you want to say that you're active. Live videos. Live videos are pretty powerful, and now all the social platforms have it, where you can just go on live. You have an inspirational quote or something to do, or something to say. Go on live and say something. That's not bad. You could have some meet the team video. Hey, meet a new member. Yada yada yada. We talked a little bit about the interviews already. That's good process. Product introduction video. Let's say you have a new service coming up or a new product. You want to have a video to promote it. Maybe a question and answers video. Those are really, really good videos to have and promote on social media. Testimonial videos, powerful. And as a matter of fact, I should have put that first. I think testimonial videos are very, very, very powerful videos. Tips, like say tips that are relevant in your industry. Those are very, very powerful too. So whatever industry you're in, there's always some tips and tricks that can help your potential clients. Tutorials. Maybe you have a very complex, proprietary system or service or something, and then you want to have a tutorial video of something. These are just some ideas. Now, before I leave this topic, I want to talk to you about the first thing I said, which is behind the scenes. When I say this, a lot of people ask me in person, what do you mean, Frank? So I'm assuming since you're not seeing me and you're listening, you probably have the same question. What do you mean by behind the scenes? A behind the scenes video is a video of maybe you're showing the operation behind the scenes. Like maybe you're a sign company and you do everything there. You don't outsource it. Maybe you want to show, hey, this is how we take the product from here. Of course, you're not going to show everything, but you're going to give them some kind of behind the scenes look. People love that kind of stuff. And then they kind of grow into being more enamored with your business, with your brand, etc. All right. Moving on to tip number 5 is you want to keep videos short. So you can get really long-winded videos with YouTube, and Facebook and Instagram and everything. But the bottom line is you want to keep them short because people's attention spans are short. And really there's there's nothing more I can say about this topic here, but just keep them short. Oh, so actually I spoke too soon. There is a rule of thumb. If it's you want to keep them 3 minutes or less. Okay. 3 minutes or less. So, cause some videos are just 60 minutes. If it's some tip videos, hey, here's a nice type tip for 60 seconds, just a 1 minute video. You want to do a 2 minute video or whatever. But the rule of thumb is what I've noticed, the videos that get watched the most are 3 minutes or less. All right, cool. Number six tip is grab attention in the first few seconds. Now, this is very important because it's one thing to make a video and do it and not get any kind of engagement or any kind of reaction. And it's another thing to make a video and get tons of engagement and tons of reactions. And the key thing to that is to grab the attention in the first few seconds. So remember, these videos are towards social media. Okay, and again, I'm talking about if you're gonna do a generic video, okay, that's fine. You could do a generic video, a tutorial video. That's different. But if it's a video that you're gonna promote on social media, you do want to make them short, number one, and number two, you have to have some kind of an attention grabbing, some kind of pattern interrupt thing in the first few seconds. That is key, and you're going to get your video watched. Okay. Number 7, don't forget branding. A lot of times people just do their video and there's nothing there about your brand. Put your logo in the corner of the video, on the top corner, left corner, whatever, or put a banner in the back with your logo in the back. You do not want to forget branding when you do these videos, because remember, we're going on social media. Okay. 8, you want to incorporate calls to action. I cannot tell you how many videos I have seen and people forget this very important piece. So remember we talked about, I think it was, what was it, number 4? No. We talked about planning. Yeah, number 1, actually. We talked about planning. So you have to plan what is the purpose of the video, right? So make sure that what do you want the people who are viewing it to do? Is it to pick up the phone and call you? Is it to read a piece of content? Is it to take advantage of a special you have? Is it to have a Zoom call to meet the team? Whatever it is, but you have to have a call to action in every single video. Yes, every video. Why not? It doesn't hurt. So it doesn't have to be the same call to action all the time, but you have to have some sort of call to action. It could be, hey, comment below of what you think about what I just said. A call to action doesn't, excuse me, a call to action does not have to be, give me $500 and I'll give you the solution. No, a call to action could be simple. Hey, do me a favor and comment below. I'd love to have your opinion. That's it. Or, hey, do me a favor. If you know someone that can benefit from what I talked about, share this to them. Share this with them. That's a call to action. All right. I'm going to get off that soapbox now. It's still near to my heart, that thing. It's a long story. I'll talk about that at some other time. But anyway, number 9, you want to share your face. I don't understand why people who are doing videos, especially in a small business space, who do not want to share their face. They don't want to do the talking head videos. Why? Why not? Why don't you want them to see your face? It's very important that you're branded and you're represented because you are your brand. Okay, you're a small business. Now, if you're a huge conglomerate like Microsoft, you don't want to show your face. Okay, that's fine. No problem. You don't need to, or Nike or whatever. But if you're a small business, I would argue that even medium-sized businesses should show their face, but that's another topic for another discussion for another time. But let's talk about us. Us small businesses. See, if people know who I am, they see my face and says, "Yeah, hey Frank, I know who you are." That's important because the little bit of videos that I do, they've seen my face. That's important to know. That's very important to know. So I want to get you guys in the habit of showing your face. I have a joke with a couple of buddies of mine sometimes, and the ones who don't want to do it, I think there's no option. So, hey, I can introduce you to a therapist who's one of my clients, and they could get you over that hump because you got to show your face. Anywho, let me move on. Number 10 tip is include subtitles. Subtitles are very important. So you're going to have a title for the video, but have some subtitles as well. And make sure that the subtitles have some key words in there. Subtitles you can even have a subtitle with some hashtags, especially. Remember, this is going to social media. So some hashtags, subtitles, etc., etc. So those are the things that you want to do, because we want to get engagement with these tools. Number 11. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty, folks. Number 11. You want to get the right equipment. Remember, you don't need all this fancy stuff, right? You don't need all of this fancy. You need to hire a huge video team or anything like that anymore. You just have an iPhone, you just have an Android phone, whatever. But you do want to get the right equipment. Here's what I mean by that. You want to have a tripod, because a very disturbing video I find is when someone is holding their phone up and they're talking and they're moving, and it's very distracting. And people don't like that. So if it's something very serious, just have a little tripod. They don't cost a lot of money. You put it up there, you press play, and you're ready to rock and roll. And that's really all you have to do there. Tip number 12 is get permission for music. So if your video has, like, say, music, you want to take the time to make sure that you have the rights to use it, right? The easiest way to do this is you want to choose music that's with a creative what's that, Creative Commons license. I think you know about that, or it's called public domain music. Those are licenses that you want to buy. Otherwise, you could actually get what's called a master license from the label that has this music, and you want to synchronize the license together. So there's some document, if I can find that document where it has how you can get music for your intros and your outros and all that kind of stuff. Just make sure that it's a Commons license. That's all. That's all you want to do. That's if you want to use music at all. There's some people who don't even want to use music. But again, these are just some tips that I want to give you. Now, last but not least, 13, analyze past videos. So, as with everything that we do in marketing, okay, you should always evaluate how your video marketing is doing. Okay. And then you want to make changes as necessary. Again, doesn't mean that you throw it away. If something's not working, it doesn't mean you throw it away. If something's not working, you make changes when it's necessary. So what I mean by this is that before you create a new video for social media consumption, etc., you want to look at the analytics of the past videos. Because if you notice a type of video that tends to like not perform well, you just want to avoid them. I mean, why want to continue doing them if you're noticing a trend and not performing well, right? So if you have had, like, say, great response in a video, you want to figure out a way to create more videos like that, but with a different spin on it, so you don't tire out your audience, if that makes sense. All of this is very important, folks, especially to up your video marketing game. Now, this is a very important episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's important because I really want to see a lot of you guys doing more videos out there, getting yourself out there, informing your potential clients, and crushing 2022 as it being the best year you've ever had. So if that's all I have for you today, if you liked this video and if you think you got this video, look at that. I'm talking videos. I'm in here in a podcast. Anyway, if you like this episode, and you think that either you or a friend of yours who has a business can really benefit from this, I would love, if you haven't subscribed to my podcast, please subscribe, because if you're going to get more of this kind of stuff each week. Number two, if you then I want you to share it with people, let them know about this podcast, this episode, so they can learn from it as well. So that's all I have for you this week. Next week, I'm going to have a guest. I have a repeat guest. For those of you who've been with me for quite some time, you will know who this person is. But we're going to get down and dirty and talk about social media way beyond your belief here of how to really rock and roll for 2022 with your social media game. So I can't wait to give you that content next week. That would be a guest of mine that's providing that information. So be sure to be on the lookout. Definitely subscribe so you don't miss that out. And make sure that your 2022 starts in the right way. So with that, guys, this has been Frank Deming, the local business guy. Until next week, take care and bye for now. Peace out.
Thanks for listening to another episode of Marketing Solutions for Local Businesses, the podcast where you will discover all the latest and greatest digital marketing tools, tips, and strategies you will need to implement in order to stay ahead of your competition. Don't forget, any links that were mentioned during the broadcast will be available to you in the show notes, so be sure to grab them while you have the chance. Incidentally, if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss on the show, be sure to send an email to the email provided in the show notes, or click the Contact Us link and let us know what topic you would like us to help you with, and we'll be sure to add it to our schedule. If you would like for Frank and his team to look at your digital marketing presence and give you a free evaluation, simply click the Request a Free Consultation link in the show notes to get a hold of them. That being said, until our next episode, make it a successful digital marketing day. Peace out.